Now at 6, storms across the 4 states bring damage. We'll look at the effects. Plus, we look at the new security upgrades for the Joplin School District. And the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and Galena Police are investigating a body.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Kansas Bureau of Investigation and Galena Police Department are currently investigating a body found in Galena. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Details are few at this time. According to the Galena Police Chief, Billy Charles, officers were called about 3 p.m. for a body in a field near 11th and Wood Streets today for a body found. That's near the tire monofill. KOAM crew at the scene was told the KBI was in charge of that investigation. We reached out for more details and we'll update you as we learn more. People around the 4 states are cleaning up damage and debris left by overnight storms. We begin our storm damage coverage in Joplin, where crews have been cleaning up debris, clearing roads. There were several storm damage reports all across the city. Strong winds knocked down a utility pole at East 4th and Ozark, and also knocked over several trees, some of which landed on vehicles. Pittsburgh also saw some strong winds. This is video from the Pittsburgh Middle School, where winds brought down a big tree. Riverton, Kansas also took a hit from the storm. The high winds damaged the dugouts at the Riverton baseball fields. A farm east of Carthage saw some damaging winds. A row of trees was knocked down there. The farmer's owner says it seemed like a tornado tore through. You can submit photos of the storm damage on our website, koamnewsnow.com/photos. Because of the tree damage from last night's storm, the city of Joplin is opening its free tree limb drop-off site. It's going to be open from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The drop-off site is at 1702 North Schifferdecker Avenue. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, yeah, and of course we got some much needed rain with the showers and thunderstorms last night into the morning hours. Since midnight, about 1/10 of an inch. For the month, 2.78. So for the year, almost 4.5 inches of rain, which that's good. We had the drought last year, so we want to push right into the spring season, staying where we need to be rainfall wise. No rain out there now. In fact, clear skies. That storm system's gone. This is actually our weather as we go through the next couple days, but we are tracking a much stronger storm system that is going to rotate in late this week. Until it gets here, we have pretty good weather conditions. 63 in Nevada, 67 in Anderson. Welch is sitting at 69 degrees. The winds are going to start to pick up a little bit as we go through the next couple days. I guess that's somewhat of a downside to this, but temperatures are going to be great. We'll drop back through the 40s as we go through the overnight hours tonight. We'll talk more about that storm system here in just a bit.
Then, the Joplin School Board wants to upgrade systems at the district school buildings to make it safer for students and staff. KOAM Shagun Bamadelli has more about the plan.
The Joplin School Board laid out more than $5 million capital spending proposal. That money will go towards a variety of projects, ranging from new buses to lead testing and security upgrades.
We're looking to upgrade some of our video camera technology in the district, especially some of the older buildings, and so it's just basically, some cameras age out of their life cycle, so we replace cameras and like I said, replace some of the technology as well within some of the buildings.
School officials told me that the new camera systems will be able to see farther distance, wider angles, and also more clarity than the old cameras.
There's one camera that they call a 360, and it gets a wide swath of an area where the older cameras before would just focus on maybe a singular area, where this focuses on a large area, and then within that area you can dial that down to a smaller area and make that small area become very clear.
Parents are happy that the school district is investing into school security.
I think as long as the money is thoughtful and intentional, I think the money invested into security is going to be important, as long as the new camera systems and the tech part of our camera systems are going to be effective and intentional.
School board members will vote on the proposal at the next meeting. Reporting in Joplin, Shagun Bamadelli, KOAM News.
The board also previewed 3 messaging platforms intended to establish two-way messaging between school officials and parents. The Missouri Department of Transportation announced the temporary closure of Route DD or Waldo Road to I-49 south of Exit 91, south of Nevada. The on-ramp will close from noon to 2 p.m. tomorrow to allow contractors to repair a guardrail. There will be no signed detour, and drivers are urged to find alternate routes. You can go online, KOAMnewsnow.com, for a look at road closings and traffic impacts. Coming up, a Springfield movie theater revisits an old way of viewing movies, and we're going to hear how films could impact mental health. Plus, with spring approaching, the Missouri Department of Conservation warns of ticks making a comeback. Could going to the movies be good for your mental health? That's the thought behind a series of midweek movie matinees offered at a historic theater in Springfield. Reporter Joe Hickman looks at the lineup.
At the Gilloy's Theater, it was an afternoon showing of the 1956 classic King and I that brought in mainly a senior citizen crowd who remembered when midday matinees were a big deal.
Just like old times.
We said, hey, that's just for us. It'll get us off the couch.
And that's exactly what these 21 movies showing every other week through November are designed to do.
Enjoy the show.
Get those aged 60 and older out of the house and exercising their brains. As before each movie, there's a trivia quiz related to the year the movie was released.
What was the #1 song in 1956? Heartbreak Hotel. You got it.
Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis Presley, who, by the way, attended a movie at the Gilloys in the early 50s. And just by these folks being here,
the opportunity for socialization and engagement on the trivia side is great for mental health and can reduce the onset of dementia by varying studies, some as low as 26%, some as high as half. Who knew that going to the movies could be good for your mental health?
While doing things for your physical health is vital too, as you get older, it's important not to isolate yourself away from the rest of the world.
Research has shown that isolation affects at least 40+% of seniors, and they compared the effects of loneliness to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It can lead to depression, anxiety. So it also increases the chance of Alzheimer's and dementia. The more active your mind remains, you're basically delaying that dementia and Alzheimer's.
So by getting out and doing something, even if it's not physical exercise, you're still helping yourself mentally.
I think it gives them a sense of purpose. They have something to look forward to.
And by the way, the midweek matinees are open to all ages.
Those free matinee tickets are available to those 60 and over through the Greene County Senior Citizen Services Fund and the Christian County Services Tax Fund. Still ahead, tips on preventing ticks. Tips for preventing ticks, with warmer weather approaching in the 4 states.
Plus, that warmer weather is going to stick around the next couple days, but also some changes. We're going to look at that coming up. It definitely turned out to be a beautiful Monday for us today. After the showers and thunderstorms last night, plenty of sunshine today. Temperatures just about perfect, as most of us went right around 70 degrees. Look at this nice shot. Sun setting, indigo sky, casino and resort. Looks pretty good. We're going to have clear skies as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight, and we're going to continue to get these nice temperatures. You can see yesterday we were into the mid 60s. Today we pushed 70. I think tomorrow is even going to be a little bit warmer. If we go outside right now, it's 67 Neodesha, Veneta, Anderson, 64 in Carthage. Nevada is sitting at 63, so very nice, comfortable conditions. A little breezy, westerly winds. These are going to switch to the east tonight and then start kicking out of the south once we get into Tuesday, and they're going to start to pick up just a little bit more. 7th range line currently sitting at 65, westerly winds at about 10, humidities at 37%. As we go through the overnight hours tonight, we'll slide back through the 40s, clear skies, overnight low right around 40 degrees, and you can see those clear skies here. This is really our weather as we go through the next couple days. Then we're going to have to start watching this storm system that is out across really parts of Northern California. And this is a strong upper level low that's going to swing out into the Central Plains by the time we get into Thursday and Friday and change our weather up once again. Now, until it makes it here, we have pretty good conditions. For us tonight, upper 30s to near 40, pretty much clear skies, mostly sunny skies tomorrow. You can see those southerly winds starting to increase. So upper 60s by noon, And I think most of us go 70 to 73. Lamar 71, 73 in Miami, Coffeyville about 73 degrees. So actually a pretty good day. All right, here's your day planner. 43 in the morning, 64 by noon. We'll drop back to 69 by 5 p.m. Notice this, the winds start to pick up a little bit as we get into tomorrow afternoon, and it's going to stay breezy as we go through the next few days. All right, tomorrow night, we do get some clouds in here. We drop back, lower 40s again, then mostly cloudy skies on Wednesday. There are going to be some showers just to our south, but I think we will end up staying on the dry side, and then clouds thicken right back up again as we go into Thursday. And this is when our next storm system starts to get brewing. Showers, we're going to have severe weather, eastern Oklahoma. I think most of the severe weather stays just to our south, but something we want to watch is this is still 3 days away. All right, showers, thunderstorms increase through Thursday afternoon. Once we get into Thursday night, some colder air taps into the storm system, and if we can switch over to snow, it will be a very heavy, wet snow that will accumulate. So this is what we're going to focus our attention on as we go through the next couple days. All right, 72 for us tomorrow, 62 on Wednesday, still nice. 55 thunderstorms Thursday, 38 on Friday. That's it. High temp at 38. We do clear out. Looks pretty good as we head into the weekend, and then rain chances back in next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
More and more spring-like all the time, Douglas.
We're inching that way.
Yeah, the temperature's getting warmer and the storms becoming a bit more numerous. Thanks, Doug. Hey, with the warmer days on the way, it won't be long before a dangerous pest reemerges. Nick Kelly breaks down what you need to know ahead of tick season.
The upcoming spring means tick season's just about here across the Ozarks. While the most active months are primarily from April through July, a University of Missouri study found that ticks can be found from early March all the way through November, with the three most common species in Missouri being the Lone Star, American Dog, and the deer tick. If your time outside takes you through areas of tall grass, brush, weeds, or the woods, you'll want to make sure you take the proper precautions by using bug repellent with effective ingredients like DEET on yourself and your clothes. Francis Galiski with the Department of Conservation says tick prevention doesn't stop once your time outside is done.
Always check yourself when you come in from the outdoors in warm weather when you've been out in vegetation. Take a good shower, give yourself a good scrubbing, and that'll keep ticks off and anything else that's attached to you.
Don't forget about your pets. Make sure that they're on the proper medication or have a collar on to help prevent any ticks, and make sure you check them once they are finished outside.
Coming up, a record number of tornado outbreaks in Oklahoma, leaving tens of thousands without power. Nasty weather all across our country is creating problems for millions of Americans. We're talking about snow in California, a dust bowl in Texas, and a record-breaking tornado outbreak in Oklahoma that left tens of thousands without power. Reporter Omar Villafranca has the latest from Norman, Oklahoma.
Everybody okay in there?
Powerful tornadoes ripped across Oklahoma overnight, tearing roofs off homes and flipping over trucks.
All of a sudden, it felt like a bomb hit outside or something. The whole house kind of shifted.
At least 8 tornadoes touched down in the state, the highest ever recorded in the month of February.
And the garage moved, and the next thing I know, it was gone. It was done, like 3 seconds flat.
In the Oklahoma City area alone, several twisters toppled chimneys, crumpled siding, and sent debris flying into the air. Chelsea Riley said the wind shattered the window right next to her 10-year-old daughter's bed.
She threw her blanket over her head and she waited for me to come get her. Her brother came screaming to her rescue and I pushed him in the bathroom.
She said she'd left them in the bathroom as she raced to find her 2 other children, ages 5 and 6. When the wind calmed down, she saw just how much damage there was.
There was shingles everywhere, fence panels broken. We jumped in the car and tried to leave, and as I'm trying to get out of my driveway, things are broken everywhere.
What in the world is that?
The dangerous system also slammed Kansas. At least 2 tornadoes were confirmed in the state. And it brought golf ball-sized hail to Texas.
He shouldn't be out in this weather.
And spun up dust storms in the Panhandle, turning the sky yellow. It's the same storm system that dumped historic rain and snow on the West Coast over the weekend. Hundreds of drivers were stranded on the icy and snowy roads as freeways came to a standstill. In the Sierra, drivers are being warned to stay off the roads, with near whiteout conditions expected over the next 2 days.
We've already shoveled this multiple times.
Good news is no one was killed here in Norman, but there were several people that were injured, and there are still several thousand people without power, but crews are working to restore that. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Norman, Oklahoma.
A final check of the forecast next. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Pitt State hosts a social mixer to give students a chance to meet people from different backgrounds. Plus, a look at the arguments the Supreme Court will hear tomorrow in 2 cases that could decide the future of President Biden's student loan forgiveness program. Hope you join us for those stories, a lot more, of course. It's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A man in Connecticut is using his disability to inspire others. And with the help of TikTok, he's been able to reach a wide audience. Reporter Aliza Kruzinski has his story.
Just like every other 25-year-old.
George, you're fine. You're fine, baby. Fine.
Living a normal life in Hartford, Connecticut. Hanging with friends, going to the gym, and of course, making TikToks. Timur Mason was born into a different body. He has no legs and only one arm. He was adopted from Moscow, Russia when he was 3. His birth mother was exposed to radiation from Chernobyl.
In the letter, actually, I just read it lately. She had basically said that she didn't want to raise a monster.
Not letting any of his physical differences stop him from living his best life. He says that wouldn't be possible without the help from his adoptive mother.
She always stood up for me to use my voice and be myself, and really just supported me and not cutting me any slack.
He's certainly using that voice.
So I just push go right here, and that starts it. And then I just do my little daily waddle on this.
He brings that upbeat energy and his daily waddle to social media, which definitely didn't go unnoticed in the TikTok world.
To an ordinary eye, I think it looks peculiar seeing a guy with no legs on a treadmill. People would DM me and stuff like that and be like, how do you do this? How do you do? And I realized I had an opportunity to share with the world how a disabled person lives.
And always keeping the message positive.
And life's hard. Give yourself that credit and realize that, limbs or not, it can be difficult. And it's how you persevere and get through it that's important.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
and I imagine his views are just going to keep on climbing up there.
Yeah.
I have some mixtures coming up in the weather this week.
We do. Tomorrow's going to be fantastic. 72 degrees, a little bit windy. We get some more clouds on Wednesday. Thunderstorms Thursday. They don't look severe, but we're kind of right on that line, so we want to watch it. And then rain possibly switching over to heavy wet snow on Friday.
Snow possibly on Friday. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.